Today, we're going to talk about how so many of you do well on a carnivore diet or a ketogenic diet at first, and then things go to shite. Let's talk about it. Welcome, everyone. I have a snoring dog there, so if you hear some weird sounds, it's my little Deo, like Amadeo. The leaking gut. Pretty much 99% of the people that I consult or talk to have a leaking gut. This is the small intestine. You eat food, goes down to your stomach sac, your body breaks it down with enzymes and chloric acid into chyme, which is a liquid solution. Then it goes from the stomach to the small intestine. The problem lies there. A lot of you guys have big open holes on that wall, in the wall. Really, dude. Really. And when those holes become big enough or permeable, you're in trouble. Literally, you develop allergies and sensitivities to food. You become bloated. You can't sleep. You have joint pain, mucus, tired, itchy, agitated, depressed. I mean, you literally can point and draw a line from that small intestinal wall being compromised to every friggin' awful issue you have. Then when the gut wall becomes compromised, because the body's like, why are these big chunks of food entering my bloodstream? Your body begins to attack itself because it can't recognize all this food that's not properly digested and then going into the bloodstream. Most people will try a ketogenic diet, obviously a carnivore diet, to try to correct some of these symptoms, and they feel good at first, like a lovely vegan going off of processed food and meat, and then doing the whole plant thing. But then it creeps back and you get smacked like a train hitting you. You don't feel good anymore. And the gurus out there will tell you that, just do it harder, just do it longer, add way more protein, like just go for it. And it's not working. Your weight is climbing back up. Your blood sugar's creeping back up. Your hair starts falling out. Your dog snores right below you. If this is happening to you, let's go over what to friggin' do about it, because you can do something about it. You don't have to gain weight and have your hair fall out and have your sleep suck and become constipated or have diarrhea, your energy tank. You don't have to go through that, and still you can do these low carb diets. How long does it take to fix this gut? It can take 3 months to a year, and it all depends on the level of damage and how disciplined you are. Because most people I consult, they're like, I have to give up this food and that food. Oh, life is so boring. And then I start to realize people don't know what real food tastes like anymore because they crave the plastic food. And you need to get rid of the plastic food or the non-pastured meats at Costco. I know. Or the aged meats that are flaring up your histamine, and forego it and really become a purist. And the more strict you are in that context with intention and a positive mind, the quicker you will get better. But there are things you can do. For example, boil your meats. The bacteria on those foods, the meat itself, now you become reactive to, because the microbes in your small intestine and the top of your large are out of whack as well. Because once your gut wall is compromised, stomach acid drops, pathogens overgrow, candida has a freaking party, you start craving sugar again. And so you got to be a purist. Some people have this, you got to have a little fun. No. Fun is feeling good, right? I'm having fun. I have a ginormous pressure to take care of animals, and my horse who's gone through cancer and then beating the cancer, and then I've got a donkey that has laminitis, and then I'm helping my mom, and then I'm running a business, and I have this house build in a town where I don't know anyone, and you want the quality to be done correctly. So you would think that that's not fun, but when you literally dig in and go, let's go. What do I need to do? Where do I sign up? Right? How do I get rid of the coffee? How do I go to bed earlier? And those are some of the solutions. Boiling your meat is one. If you're doing any type of desiccated organ meats or oyster extract, put it in the freaking freezer. Do not do 6 capsules like suggested. You only need 1 or 2 a day. Put that shite in the freezer. Get some liver. Yes, I said it. Get some liver. If you don't like the iron taste, cut it up. No, lightly sear it. Then cut it up into tiny little pieces. Put it on a cookie baking flat sheet and stick that shite in the freezer and take a couple pieces off and down it with water. There's your liver, because it's going to have a lot of the stuff that you need to fix that gut, like zinc and copper. Super important. A lot of you are becoming malnutrition on carnivore diets because you're not addressing that leaking gut, and eating meat alone is not going to seal up that wall and make it tight again, because we have toxic exposure, heavy metals, blue light, Wi-Fi, the plane farts, and for those who get me, the air you breathe, my people. Receipts that you touch are incredibly estrogenic. Estrogen is a massive problem. It will block and stop you. Yes, not only the electrolytes, but the estrogen dominance will stop your progress in its tracks with weight loss or sealing the gut wall. We don't want to be dominant in anything, because there's this thing called homeostasis, which is this teeter-totter balance that you have to get to perfection. And that takes time, and that takes patience. Things like boiling your meat. If you have severe mast cell activation and you sit up and feel terrible, then you can try things for the very short term, because it's low in fat, like rabbit or turkey. These are low histamine meats. Boil a frack out of them and make sure that they are pastured. And if you react to them, rotate and find another meat that you boil or pressure cook, but mainly boiling. Try that first. Try boiling and rotate. Great solutions to, if you're doing a carnivore diet or a keto diet, to allow that wall to seal back up. Now the microvilli, it's broken off if you guys drink coffee, or you're like, fall off the wagon, have some bread. You might have celiac issues and not even be aware of it. The anti-nutrients in plants, the reason why people do so well, like Michaela Peterson doing so well on a carnivore diet in the beginning, is because she got rid of the anti-nutrients, and then the intention, right? The emotional intention is there. Once you realize that these foods are making you feel bad, these foods are making you feel better, you're in that high until you're not in that high because of not eating any prebiotic fiber to balance your gut microbiome, to stabilize it. So I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe she had to switch at some point from beef to lamb. You can develop food sensitivities to anything at any time. So don't believe just eating more protein is the solution. Everyone is different. We all come from different levels of damage. So there is no like, oh, if you do this within this timeline, you're going to be fixed. Like, no one can answer, or rather ask me that question. I won't have the answer. Boil the meat, go to bed early. Follow a circadian rhythm, believe it or not. The circadian rhythm is freaking everything. Circadian rhythm, grounding, all hippie stuff, that freaking works. Learning how to breathe properly with some diaphragmatic breathing, exercise. There are so many things. These are simple things, my people. Exercising, even if you're doing it 10 minutes a day because you have chronic fatigue. If you're not adapting on a carnivore diet, that gut wall, it's not going to seal up. That means you have to eat enough fat and not overdo the protein, like I've been saying in 300 videos. And if you have a gallbladder problem, that's a whole nother strategy. There are things you can do, my people, to fix yourself if you plateau on a carnivore diet or a ketogenic diet. You're not stuck there forever. You can get fixed. Some people don't think that they can with Hashimoto's or hemochromatosis or rheumatoid arthritis or depression. These meds the thyroid med industry is awful. They have you thinking that this is helping you, when in actuality, that's a whole scam unless you've had it removed or irradiated. If you don't have a thyroid, that's a whole nother thing. And even those meds, you got to be very careful. That's anything that's affecting your hormones. But my main solution is simple. Go to bed extra early. I know. Eat liver. I know. Boil your meats. Don't eat leftovers. Have everything fresh. Freezer, countertop, eat it in the morning once it's thawed out. And these are the things that can go from a year of the gut healing down to a few months. 4 months, 6 months. Depends on your level of damage to the microvilli and to the gut wall itself. But you'd be surprised how fast that gut starts healing when you have intention and rotating foods and the quality of food and your breathing and the thoughts are positive. You'd be shocked because I'm going to tell you right now, carnivore alone, it's not going to fix you. I know you've been promised the big scam lie. Carnivore alone can actually bring you more problems if you don't know what to do. And knowledge is everything. When you know better, you always do better. Comment below for sure. Have you started rebounding on a carnivore diet or a ketogenic diet? Are you falling off the wagon? Are you developing secondary issues you didn't have before, like now you're gaining weight or your electrolytes are so jacked up? Because that can also happen on a carnivore diet, which can create all these weird symptoms like nausea, fatigue, and the more you stress about it, or the more you stress about gaining weight, and the more cortisol, the more you deplete sodium. It's a freaking balance. But those who are patient, who are diligent, you will get fixed like this. And those who freak out won't. Most of you guys are stressing. Most consultations, I have them almost every day, 6 days a week. And I'm having them 7 because I'm doing people who are rescheduling. And I'm just listening to people every day for years and years and years. You got to be willing to treat your body like you're training for the Olympics. Get off the coffee, get off the cheese, get off the nuts, get off anything that's easy. You're only going to be rewarded if you are challenged and if you are ready for that challenge. You can find me on Instagram at Stephanie Ketogenic. My Facebook fan page is Stephanie the Business Person. I do have a monthly course. It's a subscription base where I cover all 3 diets because I'm realizing that some of y'all just cannot do carnivore at first, or keto, or even low carb, high fat. Some of you just don't do well on carbs or plants because you see it in the toilet, or you don't poop at all. So covering all 3 low carb diets it's so rewarding to not be in one stupid box that most people stick themselves in, and that screws them up because I come around and I warn everybody, and then it makes everybody kind of like maybe a little bit agitated with me, but that's okay. I've been saying the same message, and I will continue to. My website is stephanieperson.com, where you can book a consultation. My challenge has been a challenge. I've been wanting to finish this months ago, but, my mom and Thunder getting cancer and trying to find new builders in a town where I know 0 people. But one step at a time, I'm doing it all. And I'm literally almost done with this challenge and almost done with the house build. Then I'm going to release it and absolutely feel fantastic. All right. Comment below while this little dude is just having a party. Look at him. And I'm out. My energy is pretty good, actually, considering what I've been through the last couple days. Energy-ish. And I'm out at 56. 16 years, almost 17, and I'm out. Peace.